You know, in English, it's often the smallest words that do the heaviest lifting. Today, we're going to look at one three-letter word that, believe it or not, connects everything from horses to computer code. It's a word you probably use every single day, but I think you'll be surprised by just how much power it's packing.
All right, let's kick things off with a bit of a puzzle. What could a horse, a computer, and a piece of cake possibly have in common? I know, it sounds like the setup to a really weird joke, but I promise there's a real and actually fascinating answer here.
Okay, so let's throw a few more clues into the mix, shall we? We're looking for a word that can mean a small piece of something, but also the ones and zeros in code, a sharp tool for drilling, and the metal bar in a horse's mouth. Any ideas yet? I mean, the range here is just wild, right?
And the answer, believe it or not, is bit. That one simple three-letter word connects all those completely different ideas. It's a perfect example of how much work a single word can do in the English language. So how in the world does this one little word pull it all off? Let's break it down.
All right, first up, let's tackle bit when it's acting as a noun. And as you've probably guessed, it's not just one thing. We're talking about at least 6 different things here.
So the one you probably use all the time is this one. A bit is an amount, and it's almost always a small amount. It's this kind of wonderfully vague but super useful word we use constantly to describe, a quantity of something.
Think about it. You'd say something like, I'm a little bit nervous. You're not putting a number on it, you're just saying you feel some of it. See? It's a perfect way to express a degree of something without having to get all specific.
Okay, next meaning. A bit can also be, a literal small piece of something, like fragments or crumbs or just little parts of a bigger thing.
And this example is, wow, it's pretty dramatic. The car was blown to bits. The phrase blown to bits just instantly paints this super clear, powerful picture in your head of something being shattered into tons of tiny pieces.
So, we've had quantity, we've had physical pieces, now let's talk about time. Yep, a bit can also mean just a short little while, a brief moment. I'm going to relax for a bit. It's so casual, right? So simple. Everybody knows exactly what you mean. A short, kind of undefined amount of time. Pretty amazing that the same word works for time just as well as it does for a piece of cake.
Okay, get ready for a hard pivot. We're jumping from everyday stuff straight into the digital world. In computing, a bit is the absolute most basic unit of information, a single 1 or 0. This is that bit, the one that makes up all the bytes, megabytes, and gigabytes that run pretty much everything we do online.
And here you can see it in a really technical context. A 24-bit scanner is all about how much color information it can handle. It's the exact same word, but we're in a totally different universe of meaning now.
Okay, from the invisible world of data, we're heading right into the garage or the workshop. I'm talking about a bit, as in a drill bit. It's a physical tool. It's sharp, it's functional, and has absolutely nothing to do with computer code. Crazy.
And that brings us full circle, right back to the horse from our puzzle at the beginning. The bit is that metal bar in a horse's mouth, and it's how a rider communicates with and guides the animal.
So let's just take a breath and recap for a second. That is 6 totally distinct meanings, and that's just when bit is a noun. From a feeling to a piece of something to computer data to a tool. Talk about getting a lot of bang for your buck linguistically speaking. That's just incredible efficiency. But hold on, we are not done yet, because bit isn't just about things, it's also an action. It's something that happened in the past.
Yeah, bit is also the simple past tense of the verb to bite. So if a mosquito gets you today, you can say that yesterday a mosquito bit you. Simple as that. Just another job for our hardworking little word.
Okay, so we've established that bit is a seriously busy word with a ton of meanings. But so what? Why does this actually matter? Well, this is where things get really interesting, because it connects to this bigger, fascinating idea about language itself.
The whole reason this is so important, the key to all of this, is that the word bit is on something called the Basic English 850 list. Now, that might not sound super exciting at first, but trust me, it's the absolute key to understanding the real power of a word like this.
So you're probably asking, what on earth is the Basic English 850 list? Well, it's a very carefully chosen list of just 850 English words that are powerful enough to express almost any idea you can think of.
The whole point was to create a simplified form of English, something much easier for people around the world to learn, but without losing its expressive power.
And that brings us right to the main takeaway from all of this. You see, the story of bit isn't just about one word. It's a much bigger story about the incredible power hidden inside simple words and really, really smart language design.
For a system like Basic English to even be possible, you absolutely need words that are like Swiss Army knives, super flexible. Words like bit, that can mean a bunch of different things, are the perfect building blocks. They really are the ultimate multi-tools of language.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole idea. You get the most expression possible with the fewest number of words. Why learn a brand new word for every little concept when one super versatile word can do the job of 6 or even 7?
It really makes you think, doesn't it? So the next time you hear someone say just a bit, maybe you'll pause and think about the universe of meaning packed inside that tiny word, all that history, technology, and linguistic genius. It begs the question, how much can one simple word really hold? Well, it turns out quite a bit.